Netflix, Jake Paul, and Mike Tyson just put up what I consider the worst fight in boxing history. And I'm not even exaggerating. Apart from the fight itself being boring, a lot of people around the world were not able to enjoy the fight because Netflix servers were not able to handle the millions of people around the world who tuned in to watch the fight.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
And of course, I was expecting Mike Tyson to be slower and not able to match Jake's speed. But what we witnessed was like watching your grandpa try to run a 100-meter race in 7 seconds. Everybody soon realized we were watching a 58-year-old man trying to relive the good old days. And I really think that was the plan all along. Deliver a mediocre fight and go home with millions of dollars in your bag. So let's get into it. First of all, I think Jake should figure out what he wants to do with this sport, because he says he wants to be a boxing world champion, but the path he has chosen is just not right. You cannot fight a 60-year-old man, put it on your record, and expect people to consider you as a top fighter. This will further spread the idea that he is not a real boxer. Because a real boxer would want to be challenged. A real boxer will go in for people who can actually hit them and will not be fatigued just after 3 rounds. And even thinking about it now, this was the best case scenario for both fighters. Because if Jake had lost to 58-year-old Mike Tyson, that would have ended Jake's career. And if Jake had gone in there to deliver a beating and even knock Mike Tyson out, the entire world would actually hate him for hurting this old man. And Jake even said so after the fight.
But I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt. There was a point where, I was just like, okay, he's not really engaging back. And so I don't know if he's tired or whatever, and I could just tell, his age was showing a little bit.
Mike Tyson had no business being in the ring except for doing this for the money. He was active and threatening in the first 3 rounds, after which he just retired and waited for the fight to be over. And when Jake realized Mike Tyson was tired and couldn't push any longer, he also retreated, not wanting to deliver any punishment to this old man.
And I just have so much respect for him, and that violence war thing between us, after he slapped me, I wanted to be aggressive and take him down and knock him out and all that stuff, but that kind of went away as the rounds went on.
And that is what everybody was talking about before this fight. This was a great mismatch, and the people who were expecting Mike Tyson to go in there and somehow beat the brakes off of Jake, I don't know how you expected him to do that, but that did not happen. It wasn't even close. It was very underwhelming. At some point, you could tell that both fighters were just performing for the cameras and the millions of people who had paid to see them fight, because that was definitely not a fight. I believe that Jake could have caused a lot of harm to Mike Tyson, but decided against it because the man was clearly out of it and could not fight. His legs were wobbly and he couldn't move his head and his upper body like he wanted to. This was bad, and I hope Netflix or any other company for that matter learns from this and does not repeat this in the future. But we know these people, they are going to do whatever they can to get some money. While the fight was terrible to watch, this was a very smart business decision for everybody involved. All Mike Tyson needed to do was show people that he still had something in him to the multiple media that was done before the fight, and on the day of the fight, just standing there and do his best until the final bell. I don't think anybody on Mike Tyson's team believed he could go in there and beat Jake Paul. No, they knew he was slow and he was going to find it very hard to match Jake's speed and agility. But they put him in there anyway, and we got that embarrassing fight as a result. And the other thing that makes me believe that this was their plan all along is when Mike Tyson at the end of the fight said he's not done fighting as a professional, but would even be interested in fighting Jake's brother, Logan.
Well, I don't know. Maybe his brother.
You want to fight Logan? Logan, I think he said you might be next.
Motherfucker, I'll kill you, Mike.
And that was when it hit me that these guys actually just did this for the money. This was a scam, because Mike in there knows he did not do as well as he wanted to. So what is the point calling out another fighter who is also significantly younger than you? If that fight ever came to fruition, we would see a much worse version of Mike Tyson and an overall much worse fight. So the bar for this fight was already very low. I was expecting Jake to go in there and outperform Mike Tyson like he did, but what I was not expecting is Mike Tyson being that weak and slow. So in the end, the real losers of this fight were the fans and the millions of people who stayed up to watch this clown show is what it was. It was an embarrassing day for boxing and all the parties involved. So let me know what you think in the comments. Did you stay up to watch that fight? And if you did, was that the worst fight you had ever seen? Let me know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe and turn post notifications on because I make weekly videos about events, topics and ideas that are interesting. So subscribe to the channel if this is your type of content and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you and I'll see you another time. Bye.